TV So Villains. If you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you know I made a video very similar to this way back in the day, and I'm going to be real. I could have done better. And the metric that I judged them was more or less kind of like, they're pretty dope, That was a lot of the early me, okay? That was before I recognized my calling as an auraologist, okay? We're slowing down on the aura videos. I'm more limiting them to like once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, because I don't want to overfeed you with the aura content, okay? Everything is good when it is not as plentiful, okay? That is economics 101 or whatever. But in this video, we are going to be going over some of my favorite TV shows and ranking their villains in accordance to how much aura I think they have, okay? You guys are familiar with the rules. I've done this over, you name it, okay? In this, there probably will be one more of this type of video when I'm going over gaming villains, because I did movies, TV shows. Maybe I'll do books. So listen, a lot of you guys want to hear me talk about Judge Holden, and yeah, that one's pretty heavy. Maybe that will be another video if this one does well, okay? But in this video, we're going to be going over villains such as the Lich from Adventure Time, the great child traumatizer, Joffrey from Game of Thrones, the man who played his role so good, we forced the actor to go in the hiding, and that one dude from You. Does anyone ever remember watching You? It's the one where, like, there's a serial killer, but, like, all the chicks think he's hot. And I'm going to be real with you, I feel like every single chick, not every single one, I don't want to make blanket statements, but I feel like there's a solid 40% of women out there that if you told them, hey, yo, he might be a serial killer, they'd be like, well, I could change him. That's all I'm saying, And that's what we're going to be covering in this video, okay? If that all sounds good to you, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I do think that's possible with the support of you guys. And with all that out of the way, let's get into ranking TV show villains with aura. Let's go. The Lich. Yeah, we're starting up heavy, okay? Does Adventure Time not feel like an absolute pipe dream? Dude, let me just tell you something right now. I came from a home that was, I don't want to say sheltered, but we tried, okay? We attempted shelter, okay? Like, let me give you an example, bro. My mother gaslit me into the point where she said, oh yeah, SpongeBob got canceled because she didn't like some of the dirty jokes that they were making. What did I watch as a child? Sesame Street and Word Girl. If you're a real one, if you know what Word Girl is, okay? That was my childhood. Yeah, I successfully got gaslit into thinking SpongeBob got canceled, okay? And Adventure Time, no. Imagine, listen, love my mother. Maybe she'll make an appearance on the channel, okay? Let me tell you something, bro. If you think SpongeBob got my mom to say that it got canceled, what do you think Adventure Time did? I'm gonna keep it real here, bro. I was watching back some episodes of Adventure Time because it is a timeless series. And I genuinely don't know what black magic wizardry, Saul Goodman level of negotiating tactics they managed to do to get this guy into a series. How did like, it's not even like, oh, well, it's a misunderstanding. He's actually no, he is the spirit that wants to extinguish all life, okay? Adventure Time was on demon mode with some of the stuff that they were doing, okay? Like, look back at some of those. If the horse episode does not get you to think, oh yeah, bro, this was kind of made for something different, okay? They were hardcore hitting charisma checks with every chance that they could to get some stuff in here. And when we're talking about the Lich, I don't know how they did it, but when I tell you, brother, did this thing not aura farm in literally any episode that it was in? Let me tell you something, bro. He has one of the coolest monologues I have ever heard in any TV show ever, including every other TV show that I'm going to cover here, okay? I'm sorry. The line, "You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I will lead a terrible army. I will snuff out every light." That's crazy. For a kid's show. This is a kid's television show that had a villain that had such a crazy monologue. It literally set me on this trajectory of life of sleep deprivation and caffeine dependency to find out how did this happen. And I love it, bro. You have to put him in at bare minimum. Dude, every single time the Lich showed up, you knew shit was gonna go wild, okay? Like, you knew you were getting a crazy monologue, you knew you were getting some wild imagery, you knew you were getting something. No. I'm gonna admit this, okay? I'm gonna admit this. Did they not straight up pilfer the aura of the Lich when they were doing, like, Fiona and Cake, okay? Like, let me get this straight. He was able to kill Death and become the Grim Reaper. But then he gets relegated to henchman status by Golb, the god of chaos. What is the lore of Adventure Time? Maybe that'll be a video one day. You never know. Because of that, I have to put him down in high. He narrowly misses max. He is almost there. You have to have more aura than the Lich to get in the max, okay? But no, for real. How did they... By any chance, there is somebody who worked on Adventure Time that is in my audience. Explain to me how they managed to get that into a television show for children. Joffrey Baratheon. Or Joffrey Lannister. Ayo, inbred. Okay, let me just tell you something right now. Isn't it actually insane that the actor who played Joffrey did it so good that everybody just dislikes the actor? Like, let me just tell you something, bro. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, this man just disappeared. Like, let me tell you something. My mother, and I bring her up every now and again, but we watch a lot of TV shows together, okay? So she introduced me to Game of Thrones. And when I tell you, she looks at the actor for Joffrey and is like, he deserved it. Look at him. Look at him. And I'm like, imagine playing a role so good that the people who watch the TV show have beef with the actor. Dude, I would love to have a sit-down conversation. He looks like he enjoys fishing. But let me just tell you something right now, bro. If he starts getting into, I am the king, I'm going to tell him to smack out of it. Smack out of it right now. Absolutely not. You're 5'7". I'm winning that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my short kings in the audience out there. But Joffrey Baratheon, let me just tell you, did this man have any semblance of aura inside of his TV show? Absolutely not. He was one of the most he might be the reason I hate children. I don't hate children, but there's a good zone between like how children. It's not even that children are good. They're like children are like they don't annoy me. They don't ick me in my soul, and I want to get away from them. Like a devil, avoids the church, okay? That is my relationship with children. Brother, you, get away from me. You're disgusting, okay? And maybe that's what I look at with Joffrey Baratheon, bro. Like, I know why. Does this guy not look like you should hit him with a 1, 2, 3, three-piece and the soda with a suplex at the end when he starts running away? Because he be running away from every conflict he's in the Game of Thrones, so. Okay? 0. Not a semblance of aura. None. And... yeah, that makes him even more annoying, bro. Get him out of here. Gustavo Fring. Okay. There comes a point, and we're going to be covering some of these. It feels like some of these characters just completely get rid of logic as it is to aura farm. And I think Gustavo Fring is one of these. There is no reason that you survive an explosion and you walk out of the room with half of your face gone, by the way, and you fix your tie. There's no reason to do that, okay? Like, that is a different level of aura farm to the point where you are in your dying moments and you proceed to, yo, bro, gotta hit this clip real quick. Bro's clip farming his own death, okay? Insane. And the writers knew what they were doing, okay? On top of that, why did he ice his own henchman? No, like real talk. There's no reason you would have done that outside of just getting more points, okay? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, there was no reason to do that. Well, he was setting an example. I get it, but, like, practically there was no reason. There really wasn't. Like, no. Put a hand on his shoulder. No, bro, you ain't gonna cook. You ain't gonna cook. Also, isn't it kind of funny how, like, Breaking Bad slang, low-key, went so well that it got incorporated into our slang? Like, dog, if you watch it back, the amount of times that Walter White says, let me cook. It's kind of funny how well that kind of translated in the modern slang. I gotta put him in A, dude. A, above. I'm putting him in max. I'm sorry, bro. If you aura farm your own death, automatically you go in the max, dog. Infinity Ultron. Literally one of the only good villains to come out of Disney Plus Marvel. Isn't it kind of crazy how they gaslit you into thinking, oh, well, you don't need to watch Disney Plus to understand what's going on. Meanwhile, almost every single one of the new movies, you need to watch the Disney Plus shows. And here's the thing, I get it, bro. Disney Plus loses more money than any other streaming platform on the planet. Yeah, that's a real thing, by the way. Disney Plus loses more subscribers each month than any other stream. You know you're bad when you lose more than Netflix does. And Netflix doesn't even try anymore. Let's just keep it real here, okay? But Infinity Ultron in the What If series is what Ultron should have been. I'm sorry, bro. Does anyone else remember Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow? The one where it's their kids. It's like oh my goodness, I'm messing it up. It's a Avengers movie where the Avengers lost to Ultron and their kids have to fight him. Was Ultron not going unreasonably hard in that movie? But that's a movie, we'll cover that maybe some other time when we go over forgotten Marvel projects. When we're talking about the what if so, this is if Ultron got the body of Vision and went in an absolutely insane style run where he was able to beat Thanos. No. Do I think it's kind of lazy that to introduce aura into Ultron, we have to destroy Thanos? Yeah, I think that's a little bit lazy, okay? But I have to put him up there, bro. Now, he lost. Okay. This is what If had such a strong first season. But damn, did they pilfer the aura from Infinity Ultron near the end. I'm sorry, bro. That's just the show about Peggy Carter. And you know what? I'm gonna hold your hand, bro. This isn't TikTok. I don't have to like play this game where I'm like, okay, but no. Not one motherfucker gives a shit about Peggy Carter. Nobody does. You gave this chick how many TV shows? She had her own TV show 3 times, by the way. Okay? How many times you gotta give Peggy Carter a chance before you realize nobody cares, dude? Nobody cares. What do you mean 3 TV shows? Oh, people just forget. Back when Marvel was doing TV shows before Disney Plus, and they were like shows about Agent Coulson, Sealed. You had one where it was talking about how Peggy Carter helped start Sealed back in the day. And then that was like her TV show. The most forgotten Marvel TV show of all time. You wanna know why? Nobody cares about Peggy Carter. She will forever be known as just Captain America's love interest. That is what she is. She's not that interesting. And then we move up. And then you made her cameo in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. And let me tell you something. That should have been it. She's not that interesting. Captain America isn't even that interesting. Why? Because you took away all of the depth of Captain America. That's all you did. Okay? Peggy Carter is not that interesting of a character, but you insist that he is, and I gotta put a hand on your shoulder and say, she's not gonna let you hit, bro. She's not that cool. That is how I feel about Peggy Carter. She's not going to let you hit, little bro. She's not that cool. She's just not. I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, Infinity Ultron. I gotta put him at the top of mid. You wanna know why? Because the ending of What If, I forgot until now because it just destroyed him. I can't. Joe Goldberg from You. Let me tell you something, bro. Okay. I had let me just tell you something. Young love is a hell of a drug, and let me tell you something, dog. I was trying to get with a girl back in high school, bro. I'm an old dog. Okay, I'm 22 years old. Back in my high school days, I was trying to get with this chick, and I decided it was a good idea to watch You on Netflix to like have like a common interest with her, because I'm sorry, but you like try to assimilate interest with like a chick that you like. We like throw away our individuality to get with a chick because, yeah, no, I'm getting too deep. I'm sorry. And then I was watching it, and then I realized something. Isn't it kind of weird, like how many, like what is this obsession with true crime? I never understand. Are you trying to ice me? It's like, yeah, bro, if you put antifreeze inside of soup, you'll be able to get rid of him in about 20 years. Y'all are playing the long game, bro. Like, this is the long strat. Let me get this straight. You have enough patience to kill your husband, but, like, where is this patience coming from, okay? That's insane to me. But when I was watching You, I'm over here like, the fact that we turned Joe into a heartthrob is so crazy to me, because it's just Ted Bundy. Let me just tell you something, bro. Ted Bundy would do absolutely insane numbers now. This motherfucker would be setting high scores in homicides like he was playing Pac-Man. I'm telling you something right now. If you think that serial killers like Ted Bundy would not walk into 2025 and not be, like, dude, there would be lines of these U fans that would literally be like, give me a chance, please. Like, no, Brittany, you're not going to change Ted. You're going to wind up in a ditch. And then your parents are going to be like, I didn't think that would happen. There was no signs. I'm sorry. Your daughter was romanticizing a literal serial killer. I'm sorry. Like, this isn't meant to be like a put down thing. If there's an army of dudes that were trying to romanticize a serial killer that specifically targeted men that were trying to date her, I would put a hand on your shoulder and say, it can't be that good. Stop the thirst, brother. It's not worth it. And I'm doing that to my small but notable female audience. It can't be worth it. You're going to die. I don't know what to tell you. That is how I feel about Joe Goldberg. He's just Ted Bundy, but incel-is. What are you talking about, bro? Low. At least he's practical, not unlike the fraud Joffrey. Ivar the Boneless. Bro, if you have not seen Vikings, oh my gosh, bro. Vikings is an underrated gem, brother. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. After I was done with Game of Thrones, I was a broken man, bro. For I watched something that I loved for about 3 months because I watched it late get absolutely butchered in front of me because George R.R. Martin could not finish the final book. So I went to Vikings, and let me just tell you something, bro. The aura farming is in this TV show is absolutely insane. Is it historically accurate? About as historically accurate as Assassin's Creed. However, damn, is Ivar the Boneless not one of the coolest villains of all time? Talk about a guy that does not have the, like, this man has a degenerative bone disease during the Viking Age, bro. This would be the equivalent of a bird born without wings. You would fling that McNugget out of the nest and just watch him go splat, okay? But this man did not let it take him down. This man became one of the coolest villains in the entirety of the series up until the very end. I love Vikings. It's so good. I'm putting him in high. I am putting him in high. He's so good. No. There's a few limitations that keep him from max because, Gustavo Fring literally spent every moment up till his death of aura farming. And listen, Ivar the Boneless did spend his, Ivar the Boneless did kind of go out crying, but as a counter argument, I'm not putting him in max because of that. But that was meant to be a contrast of his characters. This was a man who was born a cripple that became a warrior that ultimately died a man in the arms of his brother. That is such a good... I love that narratively. I really do. And I like how each of the sons of Ragnar, who is the original main character of Vikings, represent a different side of him. You had... his first son represent the warrior side. No, the Viking king. You had Ivar represent the mad warrior. You had Uba represent his curiosity and adventurous side. I gotta put him in high. I got him putting him in high. Fire Lord Ozai. Is Avatar: The Last Airbender one of the greatest animated TV shows ever created? I dare say so. I watch it back every year. And let me just tell you something right now. The final battle between Aang and Fire Lord Ozai is only beaten by the duel between Azula and Zuko, the last Agni Kai. I still remember that, dude. Zuko was my favorite character of all time. And his dad, Fire Lord Ozai, was the biggest op of Team Avatar and is guilty of degree 1 aura farming. This man didn't even show up in the first and second season, and they still feared him. Like, isn't that actually kind of insane, dude? You just heard his voice and you were like, ooh, he's the bad guy. Like, because of how big of a staple he is in my childhood, he has to go high. But he can't go in max. You want to know why? Because the reason that the final fight between Ozai and Aang went as long as it did is because Aang was holding back. Let me just tell you something. I know I roast the no-kill rule to oblivion. It makes sense for Aang because he's admittedly a child who grew up in a monk-style living where his people believed in not ending the life of another, and he did have a way of crippling him. However, Am I really going to take this time to roast Batman one more time? Yes, I am. I'm sorry. You are responsible for every single death that Joker does because you refuse to grow some balls and put him down like a bad dog. At the end of the day, that's on you. Oh, well, there is no other way to stop him. You want me to be real here? Let's take the no-kill rule as far as we can take it. I say you abduct Joker and paralyze him from the neck down. Okay? Make him a quadriplegic, okay? Make him as crippled as you possibly can, where he is nothing but just a forever Call of Duty spectator of his life. Go that far with it if you're going to do this technical of, I can cripple you for the rest of your life, but I won't end it. That's how I feel whenever I hear the no-kill rule come from Batman. It's so dumb, dude. Firelord Ozai, high, but bottom of high. I just love Ivar the Boneless, dog. Homelander. Okay, now this is where he's in Max. I have to put him in Max. No. Every single time Homelander enters a room, you're just like, well, somebody's gonna fucking die. Like that's what it is. Homelander enters a room and you immediately go, oh no. Like, dude, Homelander was engaging in absolute fiend behavior the entirety of this run, okay? And I know somebody's gonna say, but he was drinking mommy milk, okay? That you gotta dock him a point. Is that not more terrifying? Let me just tell you something right now, okay? Okay. Being maybe psychotic does not take away aura. Let me give you an example of this, okay? A few years ago, there was a U.S. general that got in trouble for being a furry, okay? And we looked at that and we pointed and laughed, and then Russell was making fun of him and then sewed off one of his, their skinhead generals, okay? Whatever. Get no-diffed. Anyways, when we're looking at the furry general, is that not one of the most terrifying things? Dude, imagine fighting the US of A and finding out that General Bow Wow is over here commanding a legion of drones that is going to destroy your little sand hut. Dude, you imagine you're in the Middle East, okay, hanging with your homies. You're over here trying to defend against America. And then you're over here like, we were ready to take America! And then you hear the speakers in the air from the 3D printed drones that we probably spent $20 million on because that's why we don't have free healthcare, and we're sending them at your little sand huts in the middle of fucking nowhere. And then you're over here like, oh no. But these drones are over here. Bow wow! Dude, is that not more terrifying? Okay? Here's another one, okay? People have this weird thing where they're like, bro, imagine you were fighting the Vikings. Okay? And you're over here like, bro. Oh, here, no. Vikings, the original furries, by the way, were dressing up in wolf pelts and going on to the shores of England, hitting a... That is a medieval furry, and that was terrifying. Absolutely not. Bro, I'm running in the opposite direction. If somebody in wolf clothing, jacked, built like Thor Bjornsson, is over here talking about mounting me. Like, dog, no. That's not the rules. Craziness, bro. So, the point I'm trying to make here, is that not more terrifying? Is that not? You got this dude who is mentally psychotic and is over here. The only reason that he's keeping you alive is to literally milk you? Ladies, is that not more terrifying? I'm putting him in Max. You have to. You have to, dude. He's so fucking crazy, dude. I gotta put him there. Dracula from Castlevania. Listen, man. I talk about Castlevania a lot, mostly because I think it is still to this day an underrated banger. Okay? And when we're talking about Dracula, I already talked about how he's kind of justified. He just went a little bit too far with it. That's all I'm saying. However, this man was running a fade with his child, okay? And it really just pulled an Omni-Man before Omni-Man did it. Hey, yo, yeah, fuck them kids, man. I can make another one. That's what Dracula's timing was on. He was over here joking about the heroes that were fighting him and straight up just said, you know what, fine. My son beat me. You can take me out now. You just take me out, bro. I know you're not going to be able to beat me in a legit 1v1. Nobody actually beat him. Like, think about that. Nobody actually was able to beat Dracula in a 1v1 in Castlevania from what we've seen. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, in the game, nah, let's be real. The Castlevania, the TV show, is more famous than the actual Castlevania video game. Y'all have to admit that. When I'm putting Dracula up there, I'm putting him high above Ozai. I have to, dude. Negan from The Walking Dead. Okay, let me just... Okay, no. Let me explain something to you. In the same way that Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad would literally just commit bad writing and plot holes in order to aura farm. That is Negan to a T. Like, Negan... Dude, imagine being put down on your knees. Pause. For an execution. And this man in a leather jacket, in a red scarf, by the way, with a barbed wire baseball bat, starts hitting you with the, well. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If anybody else tried talking like Negan, you're cringe. Like, isn't that kind of crazy how, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan has, like, this imposing figure, like, when he plays Negan. That he could do something that if anybody else started talking in that speech pattern, like, imagine if I just started being like, well, today is going to be a bad day. You'd be like, cut that corny shit out, bro. Cut that out. Cut that out right now. But Negan does it. It's scary. Also, he has some funny moments, dude. I'm sorry. I understand it's mean. I understand it's bullying. But walking into your op's house, and there's a bigger chick in the kitchen, and she walks up to you and says, we're practically starving. And Negan, oh, really? Starving? I'm sorry, bro. That I had to pause to die laughing. That's one of those where I was like, Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that was not the line. That was not the line. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was not acting there. Bro, he was funny too. Understand this. Like, Negan went, but people wanted Negan to be on the was he justified. I was going to do it, but here comes the problem. I can understand being like a tyrant in the apocalypse. Bro, I probably would too. Let's just keep it real here. If apocalypse hits and my family goes away, I'm probably going to become Joseph Seed. Let's just keep it real here, bro. I'm going full, the apocalypse is nigh. Follow me. I'm going full Joseph Seed on everybody, okay? But Negan lost me the moment he just started taking people's wives. Like, dog, what? Where was the line where he went from being like, I gotta be hard on these bad guys, to, I'm gonna take your wife? Like, there was a few lines that we walked over that went straight to cult leader. However, if I managed to brainwash my followers into, what's your name? I'm Negan. Okay, bro, hold the glaze a little bit. Hold the glaze, bro. That's a little bit much, okay? Imagine having your girl stolen from you, and you now have to go by the guy who has literally cucked you's name. Like, that is a different level of mental warfare. I'm putting him in max, dog. I'm putting him in max. I'm sorry. This man stole your girl and said, hey, yo, your name's Negan now. That's crazy work, dude. And he scared Rick. Let's just say that, bro. He scared Rick. Bill Cypher from Gravity Falls. This one's tough. This one is tough because Bill Cypher has the same thing where whenever Bill Cypher sewed up, it was like, oh, some stuff's gonna happen. But, like, he wasn't just scary until, like, the very end. Bill seemed like a chill dude, actually. Like, Bill seemed like a guy where it was like, he gives off the same vibe as, like, Rick from Rick and Morty does. Like, Rick is a scary figure if you look at what he's capable of. But for the most part, dude, Bill was just bored. And he just kind of came in being like, hey, you want a necklace made out of teeth from a deer? Like, that's kind of, you want a head that screams forever? Like, no, that's a real scene, by the way, that Bill Cypher just goes on, like, some little silly behavior. And that's kind of the problem. The aura that he has is more, he's kind of like a silly trickster thing. And I'm sorry, that's a different type of aura than Gus, Homelander, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I mean Negan. I'm going to put him at the top of mid. There's just a different type of aura that we're talking about. It's like a different flavor. But it doesn't give off the same Ozai and Dracula. It just doesn't. Tywin Lannister. This one's tough. Because was Tywin not on a crazy run in the beginning part of the series, dude? Dude, Tywin Lannister strolling in is like the general of generals. And listen, if you're going to talk about from a lore point of view, this man took the Lannisters, who were basically like a laughing stock of the not the holy houses, of the royal families, and this man turned it into like a legitimate like military economic force. That he put the actual King's Landing royal house in like that. That's kind of crazy. Now, I'm going to dock a few, because it's never said in the TV show, but it is alluded to in the books, that his wife was taken by King Aerys, the Man-King Targaryen, and that is why Tyrion was born. I got dock a point there. You can't be letting that slide, dog. But I'm going to put another point on top of there, because was this man not afraid to run a fade with absolutely anybody? And he did help the Baratheons. Like, he did. He did help the Baratheons. I will say that. He helped the Baratheons in the Civil War. I need a prequel TV, so can we agree on that? I'm going to put Tywin bottom of high. Bottom of high. I got to put him at the bottom of high. Agatha from WandaVision. I liked WandaVision. I did. I think WandaVision's start is so good. I think the setup of WandaVision, the way that they're kind of doing that, I think this is like a broken sitcom created by Wanda. I think that's kind of cool. The ending lost me, bro. They lost me at the ending, dude. I didn't like Agatha. I didn't. I was not a big fan of Agatha. I just wasn't. I'm just not. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But Agatha just doesn't have the oomph that I was looking for. She just doesn't. It's not the actress. The actress is good. It's the actual problem with the villain Agatha. I just feel like they were like, oh yeah, we need a witch to fight Wanda. Let's get another witch that really shouldn't be able to beat her, because I'm sorry, but Wanda is literally empowered by the Soul Stone and has like witch blood inside of her. Like, I'm sorry. I'm putting her in low. She has like a little theme song. She's not like Joffrey Baratheon, but I'm going to put her at low. Yeah, low to none. Sukuna from JJK. There is no way that I am going to talk about aura and not bring up Jujutsu Kaisen, which I'm going to be real here. Jujutsu Kaisen has absolutely horrible writing sometimes, dude. Like, I understand, like, oh, well, you could do better. Probably not. JJK is probably one of the most famous anime to have one of the worst stories ever. Like, tell me what's going on. Like, I make fun of Harry Potter for being a logistical nightmare. JJK literally does not make a lick of sense if you think about it for more than a second. So, like, is this like Curse FBI? Is this like Men in Black but for curses? But they have like a Hogwarts school, but nobody knows about it. How are they keeping the secret? Shibuya literally got destroyed. But how? Like, none of this makes any sense, okay? But the one thing that you will get with JJK is superb animation. And literally every single main character in this series spends every waking moment of their existence aura farming. That is all they do. Sukuna vs. Maharaga is one of the most egregious, over-the-top fight scenes I have ever seen in entertainment. And if you believe by the end of it, I was like, let's go! Dude, it's so good. It's so good. It's one of the best shonen anime ever, dude. It's so good, dude. I'm putting them in max, dude. I understand some people are going to say, oh, well, the ending of it, we're not talking about the anime. I do believe they are going to change how Sukuna ends for the anime, as of course to the manga. I will say that, but Sukuna has to go in max, dude. You have to put him there, dude. And there you go. That is the TV show villain aura tier list, okay? Now, I'm working on like a new release schedule, if you guys haven't noticed. I plan on the first... Now, this is a rough outline. The first video of the week, Mondays... Actually, no. Okay, good. Sundays or Saturdays are going to be a gaming video. Mondays are going to be like a scary type of video, so like Analog Horror will be getting a part 2 or some other scary stuff, because I do have a part of my fan base that likes scary stuff. Wednesday will be like a bet. Like we'll look into what it's going to be. Maybe it'll be an entertainment stuff. I want to do a history video, a pop culture video for like gaming and stuff, a scary video, and some like extra stuff I'm gonna throw in there. The Elden Ring lore video is actually getting really close to being done. Like that's gonna be releasing pretty soon, near the tail end of the month. That's gonna be a big one. I don't know when I'm gonna release that, but it's gonna be pretty big, and that'll be pretty fun, pretty massive, I would say. And then after that, we have a few other big videos that are going down the pipeline. We have a Berserk video, a Doom lore video for Doom the Dark Age. We got a lot that I'm working on, and these videos are meant to like fill up the release schedule, so you guys have something to watch. Gaming videos releasing this weekend, so stay tuned to that because I really do enjoy filming those. And we're going to have at least 4 videos a week going forward for the channel, above the 3. And with all that out of the way, please start to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it to a person you think would like the channel. And with all that out of the way, I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.